Hey guys, Mike Majette, PGA professional and your Selfie golf coach. Let's do some more full swing work. Okay, so I know that first video that we released about a month ago had a lot of information. I encourage you to practice with that video as many times as you possibly can, because that's going to set the foundation for these videos moving forward. Now we're going to talk about the full swing. I'm going to give you 3 tips that you need to pay attention to when you're learning and just hitting the golf ball. Okay? You know what? Let's start with 1 and we'll make it 4. Go easy on yourself, okay? Golf is not easy to learn. It's going to teach you how to work hard to achieve a goal, okay? And you got to enjoy it. You got to have fun, okay? And one of the best ways to have fun would be to relax, okay? Don't make it stressful, okay? And that's going to segue into my first tip. When you're first practicing and you're hitting the ball, just try to have as less or least tension as possible, okay? So when I'm hitting the ball or when I'm warming up, I'm really not paying attention to how my swing looks or how it feels. I'm just trying to get loose. Okay, and you should do that when you're first starting out. Okay, so going back to when I was talking about grip tension, I want to be holding this club around a 3 or a 4 on that scale of 1 to 10 that I mentioned. 10 being gripping it as hard as we can, and 1 being just before the club slips through our hands. Okay, in other words, grip it like you're holding an egg throughout the entire swing. You're gonna tense up on the way through the golf ball. However, try to maintain the same amount of grip pressure throughout the entire swing and you will hit better shots. Okay, I'm not really concerned right now learning where the ball's going, just as long as you're hitting the ball and it's getting up in the air. Okay, so number 1, grip tension. Pay attention to it, okay? If you need to, go ahead and waggle the club and get something moving, keep something moving. If you notice on tour, on TV, all the guys, most of the guys, the girls, anybody that you watch playing golf on TV, they have some sort of move to keep them loose, okay? You rarely ever see anybody that plays professional golf stand over the ball like this with 1,000 different thoughts going through their head. Now, there are 1,000 different thoughts that you're going to have to work on in order to improve your swing. However, we're going to take it step by step. So step 1, relax. Grip tension, relax. Try to keep it consistent when you're hitting the ball. So all I'm really worried about is staying loose over the golf ball. I'm not really worried about how my swing feels. I'm just paying attention to grip tension, making a swing. Okay? If we're tense, it's going to hinder our rotation, okay? And we don't want that, because when we can't turn, our arms are going to keep going and you're going to add a lot of levers to the golf swing. The more levers, the more complicated, the more compensations we're going to make, more inconsistent you're going to be. No. Okay, number 2, try not to worry so much about weight transfer, okay? If you turn properly, if you turn your upper body properly and you sequence your swing, which we'll talk about in a second, properly, you will transfer your weight. One of the most common things I see in the golf swing, oh, how's my weight transfer? They try to shift their lower body to their right side or their left side, depending on if they're a righty or a lefty. So what I want you to do is all in the backswing, since I'm a righty, I'm referring to my lead shoulder, my left shoulder, I'm trying to turn it behind the golf ball. Okay, I'm trying to get it to hover over my right toes. Okay, you guys can see that. So when I turn back here, you can see that my left shoulder is here. Okay, it's not here. My lower body didn't go this way. So this is what it's going to look like. Set up, turn. Okay, if I get my left shoulder almost over my right knee, most of my weight's on my right side. Notice that my right knee is still flexed. I'm not straightening it. Also very important. Okay, without getting too complicated, just worry about your shoulder turn. You get your shoulder to turn behind the golf ball, it's a good second step to this video. Now, one of the most consistent tips I give people in the golf swing is to keep this area under my left arm connected and rotating out of the way. Okay, so now that we got the backswing, sitting here, rotate back, left shoulder over my right knee, and on the way through, I'm starting to move my left hip through and backwards. I am not bumping it because that's going to lead to my right shoulder dropping. Then we're going to bend the lead arm. Don't want that. Okay. So again, left shoulder over right knee. On the way through, I'm getting my left butt cheek to turn out of the way, and that's going to start your downswing. We're going to keep this connected. We're not going to let this get disconnected on the way through. You can see I still have my arm connected to my body. I'm not disconnecting. Okay. So, a drill to help you with your lead shoulder rotation and staying connected. So I'm telling you, this is very, very important. Okay, is to put a head cover, preferably 3-wood or a hybrid head cover, under your lead arm. So your left arm if you're a righty, your right arm if you're a lefty. We're going to make swings at around 50 to 60% of max speed. Like I said, max speed, 70 to 80%. Okay, we're never swinging at 100%. It's not going to be consistent. It's not going to be controlled. You're going to find it very difficult to stay in balance. So, I'm going to set up. I got my waggle, my grip tension is loose. I'm going to try to maintain that and try to keep the head cover under my left arm. Okay, and that's proof that I'm staying connected. Okay, on the way through, this doesn't separate. If it was to separate, this would drop. Okay, notice how my chest is still facing where the ball was. That's proof that I'm not turning or getting my left side out of the way. If you get your left side out of the way, it's easier to stay connected, it's easier to rotate, easier to play golf. Okay, so this drill, if you're starting out, if you're struggling with solid contact, if you've been playing for a long time, this drill will help you.